This is the past life reading for our S, and it is Monday, April 10th. And so we're just going to go through, and I'm going to go through each one of the cards and let you know what they are. But I want you to notice that there's a lot of clubs going on. There's clubs, and there's a few spades, and there's one diamond, and there's a couple of hearts, but mainly club, club, club. So this reading has to do with money. A lot of it is going to focus on money, and that's just at a glance. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to learn from left to right, and we're going to start with the Ten of Spades, which is right here, and that is your emotional influences. The Ten of Spades represents unlucky streak. You have come from money, but it would appear that the money always runs out. I see a lot of gambling. I see a lot of dice rolls. As quickly as the money comes in, it's gone. You have had to adapt to hardship. I feel like you've always had to clean up after someone else's mess. People have always depended on you to help make their way, and it was your responsibility to keep food on the table and make ends meet. You were exhausted. You have spent more than one lifetime cleaning up after people. The next card is the Queen of Clubs. This is mental influences. You have been attached to this woman for a very long time, many lifetimes actually. You've come in and out of human form with this soul. Remember, well, you won't remember, but sometimes you were friends, sometimes you were sisters, sometimes you were cousins, but you were always there for one another and you were highly dependent on one another. It's a very special connection you have, and I don't need to tell you who it is because you already know. But you do keep some secrets to yourself. You always have. You make sure that you always have an ace in the hole for emergencies. The next card is an Eight of Clubs, and that is the spiritual influences. There is a sense of desperation again and an urgent need for money. Trouble in relationships, past, business, and personal, all financial. You are surrounded by many clubs in this reading. You have owned many businesses in previous lives, always a shop vendor or a seamstress. You always had to make your money, but the men you were partnered with spent it faster than you could make it. Your faith brought you very little comfort. You have so many unanswered questions. You always wished life was a little easier. You miss a companion, though. You're perfectly fine being independent, but sometimes that extra mouth to feed is a real pain in the you know what. And I'm getting a big sense of loneliness in this lifetime, just in this period right now. Um, so, I'm not going to go into that. I could actually. Um, I really want to say that it's your husband and that you have conversations all the time and you don't even have to speak out loud. You just have them in your head. And you wonder if you make them up or you wonder if it's him. And I can tell you that it's not you. Okay? So, we're going to move on to the 10 of clubs. This is physical influences. You miss long trips. You are always up and about. You are always doing something. You know, idle hands are the work of the devil. You were a traveler from long ago. You are amazed at the world around you. It's a beautiful quality that you've carried with you throughout your incarnations. It's childlike and it's a renewal of energy every time you go and a source of life vitality for you. I don't think you realized how revitalized and rejuvenated you are when you come home. You may be exhausted, but you've had a great time. You love seeing the world. You do. You love traveling and you miss it. You wish you could do more. Now, the next card is Karmic Debt Owed, and that's the Jack of Hearts. And usually it's not as literal as you think it is. So you're not here for yourself in this lifetime, but you came back for someone else. You made a deal to come back for this soul. You were very dear to them, and you were happy to do it in this lifetime. This was your way of repaying a previous incarnation. However, The previous incarnation was that of a mother child relationship. She took care of you then, and now it's your turn to take care of her. That's why you reincarnated this life. The next is the King of Hearts, and that is the karmic lesson to learn. There was a man in this lifetime that you valued above all others. He had sound advice. He was a loving and kind man. You revered him as a gentle soul. Your takeaway in this carnation, you always have something more to learn, but you've developed that quality really this time around from him. You've always been the traveler, yes, but this man was really influential. Let's say towards you. So this is past life impact on present life, and that's the Four of Hearts. You are not a new soul. You've reincarnated many times. The difference in this life is that you haven't waited as long as you have in lifetimes past. It's like a never ending circle with you. It's kind of funny. One life you get married too early, the next life you're like, no, I don't want to do that again. You get married late. The next life you don't want to wait that long, so you get married early. You go back and forth. It's kind of funny. So the lesson you've learned in lives past is that you wanted a partner earlier this time. You did not want to wait until your mid 40s or 50s to wed. So the final card is the past life impact on future, and that's the Four of Diamonds. Money is always a part of your past, like more so than I've ever seen in any of my other past life readings. You do not like being without money, nor do you like um, depending on other people for financial advice or support. As long as you have something in the bank for yourself, you know you'll be fine. This entire reading was about money and relationships you've treasured throughout the years. But the biggest theme here again is money. Always money around you, always numbers and balancing books, always paying for others to be taken care of. People may reach out to you for help, but you're much tighter with the purse strings since you've been in charge of the financing this time around, and you're doing just fine. Everybody wants to be a millionaire, but we weren't all born with silver spoons. And this is your reading. Love you.